I'd be absolutely fine.
I really want to see the training grounds. I can't leave Dragana here on her own.
If they counted housekeeping skills, I'd be absolutely fine.
I really want to see the training grounds.
Hello.
I can't leave Dragana here on her own.
Hello, hello. What is up?
Counted housekeeping skills.
Okay, so today I want to finish all the quests and stuff in this new region. Well, new. It's old by now, but you know. And I've also marked everything that looks out of place, like that could possibly trigger a quest in my map, so I don't start one on accident while I was exploring. So I will most likely well, we will start with this one because I know this one is a quest. For the rest, I might look them up just to save on time. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. But while I was here, for example, this is one of the examples of things that I was marking. Because... okay, that doesn't do anything good. Okay, but this gives the indication that this is Ilua's place. So are these two friends Ilua's friends? Okay, I was wondering why these two were standing here if this is Ilua's place. Okay. Okay, then let's start. Questing. Okay. What are you, ancient terminal? Welcome to bunker number friends from afar. If you're listening to this recording, it means that the apocalypse is imminent. Whoa, Paimon almost died of fright. She didn't realize this thing could talk. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Paimon's missing something. Did he just say something super scary that went right over Paimon's head? I think she mentioned the apocalypse. It's scary, just that the apocalypse is coming. Oh, it's just the apocalypse. That's a big weight off Paimon's chest. Except obviously it's not. How can you be so casual about it? That sounded like... You sound like you're announcing we're having chicken mushroom skewers for breakfast. Why does this food keep coming up? Fortunately, you have found this bunker, and we are grateful to have you here, together, in the bunker at the end of the apocalypse. Please use the keycard. The lift connects safe. Take to the bunker. Okay, a Fatui card. Whoa, did the mechanism just break? All that fuzzy noise drowned out her voice. Paimon couldn't hear what she was saying. Paimon can't figure out what this place is. Traveler, why don't we go inside and take a look? Yep. Yep, of course. Let's see, where is it? It was one of the gray ones. Okay, here it is. Keycard obtained from a peculiar terminal on the west side of Pyramida. Its appearance is utterly unremarkable. From what you've been told, it should grant access to the bunker beneath the terminal. Okay, that gave me 0 extra information, but that's fine. Let's go to the bunker. Return to sender. This music. Welcome to the Apocalypse bunker. Access approved. Initiating bunker gate drive mechanism. Please wait. Unregistered residents detected. Initiating standard safety inspection protocol. Scan complete. Multiple dangerous items detected. For the safety of other residents, please place all weapons and dangerous items into the designated receptacles. Huh? It wants us to hand over our weapons? I apologize for any inconvenience. The purpose of confiscating dangerous items is to ensure the absolute safety of the bunker's residents. Your items will be safely stored. You can retrieve your belongings when you leave. If you have any safety concerns, please rest assured the bunker is equipped with the most advanced apocalypse purification system available. You will encounter no danger here. In the name of Professor, I guarantee that no matter what monsters rage beyond the sky's veil, they will not infiltrate our Elysium. Beyond the sky's veil? Aren't we at the bottom of the sea? Oh, Paimon gets it. It's like those novels in Nasha Town. The apocalypse is talking about aliens coming to invade Teyvat. Should really stop reading those trashy pulp fiction novels. Well, that doesn't sound entirely impossible, so that's what's going on. Maybe Skirk knows more. Doesn't sound entirely impossible. Paimon was only joking. Even if there were invaders from beyond the sky, they wouldn't invade a place like this. Would they? Paimon, what am I? Please. I am from beyond the sky's veil and I am invading this place. Besides, since it's a safe bunker, it seems reasonable to take our weapons off for now, right? Unless they're secretly doing bad things in here. Like deliberately providing really yucky food, or occasionally breaking the water purifier on purpose, or locking the main entrance and trapping everyone inside forever. Please be assured, this bunker is designed to provide absolute safety. All residents are free to leave at any time they wish. Well, since the mysterious mechanism says it's all above board, Paimon thinks we should trust it, right, Traveler? Thank you for your cooperation. All dangerous items have been collected. Scan complete. No threats detected. Standard safety inspection protocol complete. Welcome to the bunker at the end of the apocalypse. I hate this. I cannot attack. Whoa, almost. Paimon always had a heart attack. Why did that alarm go off the second we walked in? Traveler, why don't we take a closer look at that terminal? We might be able to find something useful. What am I looking at? System error. 2 research zone, new accessible area. Access granted. Welcome to the bunker access terminal server. Let me see. This looks like a map of the bunker. But the keycard we got last time seems to only give us access to Research Zone 1. Check on the status of Research Zone 1. Generating status report. Please wait. Research Zone 1. Warning. High concentrations of abyssal contamination detected. Current risk of overflow extreme. Apocalypse purification system blocked. Maintenance personnel have been dispatched. Time elapsed since previous maintenance request. Error standard hours. Please do not panic, resident. Stay calm and await supervisory instructions. Ugh, this purification system is completely useless. Okay, Paimon thinks she understands now. The apocalypse is actually abyssal contamination, right? This bunker was built to keep out the abyss, but the contamination inside ended up being worse than anything out there. Looks like it failed to keep out the abyss. Are you sure there isn't more to this story? Paimon doesn't know, but if we don't do anything, the abyssal contamination could spill out. Paimon thinks our only choice is to deal with the problem ourselves. Let's take a look around Research Zone 1. Alright, let's go. But wait, I wanted to check this. Okay, so this is F1. This is F2. Okay. There's Zone 2. Floor 3. There are 3 keys, of which I have 1. I assume that relates to the levels. And what is this robot on the next to this? Okay. Well, how do we go over there? I see. Navigating to target area. Huh. Checking supplies. There's nothing here. You mean checking supplies? That's an empty... Thanks.
A reward on the road.
Can't be open from this side. Eek, a rift hound. What's that? What's something like that doing here? We don't have any weapons. The purification system had better do its job. Repair. Apocalypse purification system. I didn't get to read that. That went too fast. Whoa, it actually worked. That's crazy. Varying a partial capacity. Thank you for your service, senior technician. Who? Please proceed on the secondary purification device and complete. Okay. I would love to be able to read, you know. Damaged logs. Senior researcher Gracina glucose experimental report. Research on targeted plant breeding based on phenotypic variation. Phew, those are all very difficult words. As documented with Professor H. Vergradsky. Experimental records. Prior to the apocalypse, Kuvaki exerts a catalytic effect on the growth of certain plants, inducing developmental mutation that results in phenotypes more attuned to Kuvaki. It is conceivable that through artificial regulation of the mutation process, novel plant varieties with a high affinity for Kuvaki could be developed selectively. Analogous to photosynthesis, these plants would autonomously accumulate Kuvaki from their environment, thereby eliminating potential abyssal corruption. Preliminary experiments indicate that most phenotypic traits of the controlled variants are heritable. A request was submitted to Supervisor Morozov to modify the existing ventilation system by adding pipelines for Kuvaki delivery. Circulation will be maintained by these newly bred plants, currently unnamed. Although Supervisor Morozov appeared to hold out little hope that we might return to the post-apocalyptic world outside, which is entirely understandable, he nevertheless approved the modification plan. Now, just by opening the valves, we will have a continuous supply of Kuvaki that can be recycled. The people, especially the children who followed us here, should not remain in the bunker forever. One day, they or their children will discover a new world that has not yet been destroyed. By then, these flowers will help them purify the pitch-black corruption, allowing them to walk proudly under the azure sky. Huh. So is this like occurring 500 years ago? That's the only time that I feel like the apocalypse was nigh and people would have had to hide out in a bunker.
I'll keep this close.
Whoa. You okay, traveler? The lift over here is gone kaput. Good thing you're not hurt. Rocks enveloped in Kuvaki. Ordinary stone. I mean, it is the closest thing we have to a weapon.
A reward on the road.
We... Letter from the supervisor. Please rest assured, Miss Gracina, I will do everything in my power to ensure that those injured in the monster attack receive the most appropriate treatment. As for the children who have unfortunately fallen ill, I will instruct the medical department to spare no effort in their care. We will of course not abandon a single one of our comrades. However, before eliminating those detestable monsters, I intend to release them into our experimental area to test the purifying effects of your new plant strains. I'm sure you understand that this is for the greater good. I give you my word in my own name that such containment breaches will not happen again. My dude, I'm afraid they did happen. Backup components. Spare bunker handwheel. Spare handwheel. For what? For managing the what? For maintaining the doomsday purification system. Okay, so it seems like they didn't decide very well while they were localizing this if it would be doomsday or apocalypse. It shows no signs of rust, yet for some reason it still carries a faint lingering scent of iron. Well, because it's made of iron, probably. That would be my bet. 3, 4. 4 valves. Okay. Locked. Manual valve adjustment. Paimon doesn't like this. Traveler, keep your guard up. If only they didn't take away our weapons. No point dwelling on that right now. Okay, fuck. Fuck. Stop. 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 Don't look at me. Okay. No, no, no. Fuck. No! Be careful. Okay. I'm trying. Ah! Why did you drop me here? Stop looking at me. I am not here, don't you see? Finished. How about we head back? Yep, that would be ideal. Failed to escape? What do you mean? I was right there. Phew. Kotelnikov. That's the name. Maintenance complete. Apocalypse verification system operating normally. Keycard unlocked. Don't forget to retrieve your keycard. Have a wonderful day. Looking closely, this card seems to be a different color from the one we got earlier. Paimon doesn't know who left it here, but we should take it. Maybe we can find its owner. Oh right, there doesn't seem to be anyone else here. Yeah, Paimon, there's nobody here. So... I thought... Okay. Evidently I thought wrong. Thought the chest was inside there, but no.
Is this an answer from
this world? Okay. Where to now? Back. I don't know why you're giving me this, but I will grab it. Yep. Thought so. Fuck. Fuck. Wait. I ran out.
A reward on the road.
Okay. Wait. have to interact with this first. Maintenance order for Research Zone 1 complete. Expected duration exceeded by... Let me do the calculations, please. 3,942,176 hours divided by 24 would be 164,257 days, which would be divided by 365 would be 450 years. So yeah, this must have been during Canria. Yep. I was thinking correctly then. How many hours? Whoa, Paimon can only remember the first number. How many others were there after that 3? Access updated. Senior Technician Kotelnikov. Welcome to the bunker access terminal level. Huh? Does this thing think we're the maintenance worker sent to repair the purification system? Paimon guesses that means we can access more places now. Let's see. This one appears to be Research Zone 2. Generating status report. Please wait. Research Zone 2. Warning. High concentrations of abyssal contamination and signs of the ultimate calamity have been detected. Apocalypse purification system damaged. Senior Technician Kotelnikov. Please proceed to perform repairs under the protection of a guard escort. A guard escort? Paimon doesn't see any guards around here. Wait a second. What did it say has been detected? Sounded like some sort of abyssal monster. Keep me safe, guard Captain Paimon. No. But if the apocalypse is actually just an abyssal monster, then it's probably the source of this place contamination. If we can take it down, the abyssal contamination here should be cleaned up once and for all, right? Traveler, let's head to Research Zone 2. Okay. Oh, I don't need to open the door or anything. He just wanted me to come here. Give. I mean, yeah, we got that time frame, so that's good. Can't open from this side. Yep. Of course. Messily written notes. This is a secret mission that only me and Pixie's Gracina know about. Once these flowers grow up, little Pei will come back to play with us. Gracina said she's just sick and needs to rest for a while. When the flowers grow taller than my knees, she will recover, so we mustn't cry. We need to listen to Uncle Morozov and be very good children. There's no sun here, but the lights up there are just as warm and cozy. As long as we water them with that shimmering water every day, these flowers will surely grow quickly. Grow faster. Please, I miss her. Oh fuck. Not sad children. Why sad children? Watering the flowers. Ow. Like, there's water here. Filled with kuvaki, but water. Have a rock.
I'll keep this close.
Wait, I just came back. I'm stupid. Okay. So... how... where do I go from here? Can I break this with a rock? Is that what you're saying? No. Hello? Oh. I never look up for some reason, and I end up missing a lot of things because I don't look up. Wee. Huh, what the hell is this? I mean, that's a rock for sure, but that's big. Fuck. Lots of abyss here. Yeah, no. I can't reach. Unless... wait. What if I... Does it not connect? Fuck. I don't see any more of this. Nope. What do I do here?
A reward on the road.
Nope. Ancient recording. No, I won't doubt your words, Mr. Brahe Reed Miller. Who the fuck is Brahe Reed Miller? And oh, wait, recording as in actual voice, okay. The fact that you are here is proof that you are not lying. Even if I can prove it, I choose to believe in the side that gives people hope. Actually, Brahe and Reed Miller are not meant to be used together. Oh, forget it. A beautiful lady like you can call me whatever you like. Flippant male voice. Just as I said earlier, I am here to hunt down Rotwang's dogs. It's an honor to have you assisting me. Please don't thank me yet, Mr. Brahe Reed Miller. Even if I've already sent word to him, there's no guarantee that he will agree to meet me. I still don't understand why he would tell such a lie to... What is it, Miss Gracina? It's nothing. For some reason the recorder here was not turned off. It would be troublesome if Morozov noticed. I'm shutting it down now. I don't understand what I have to do with these rocks. And I don't understand how I can make it over there. Communications log. Secure communication channel established. Loading data. Access granted. Wishing you a wonderful day in the post-apocalyptic world, researcher Gracina. To Supervisor R.M. Morozov. I hereby submit the final evaluation on the purifying effects of the new plant variety, hereinafter referred to as the experimental plant. on abyssal corruption. Please consider this letter my most formal request. After months of controlled experiments, we have confirmed that the experimental plants demonstrate exceptional efficacy in processing high concentrations of abyss corruption and waste materials. In experimental site number 2, the specimen successfully blocked all abyssal corruption originating from outside the bunker within a short time frame, reflecting it in a pure form, thereby efficiently eliminating the monsters that had previously been extremely difficult to deal with. There is no doubt that this is an unprecedented breakthrough. I am deeply grateful for the opportunity you have given us. This success is as much yours as it is ours. However, I must also report the significant latent risks associated with such experiments. As I have repeatedly emphasized before, potential scenarios in which apocalyptic contamination could be released and incidents of personal casualties resulting from the escape of abyssal monsters are all beyond the scope of our ability for subjective control. Among the most recent victims was even a child under years old. I am fully aware that Baiba's death from illness was in no way a tragedy you wish to witness, and that you exerted every effort to save that child. However, as long as experiments of this nature continue to advance, the risk of contamination leakage will only grow more severe. Our responsibility is to erect a barrier that shields humanity from catastrophe. Under no circumstances should we seek to test the limits of that darkness. Forgive my bluntness, but the continuation of these experiments have become entirely meaningless, unless your intention, if I may speak frankly, is simply to permit even more otherworldly entities to pour into our bunker. Based on the aforementioned reasons, and on behalf of the research team, I hereby submit the following request. Immediately cease all further testing of the purification system. Thoroughly eliminate all abyssal live experimental specimens in our custody. Ensure that no monster collection activities are conducted in any form. Please approve as soon as possible. Sincerely, Senior Researcher G. Mikulko. Huh. Oh, I see. I hadn't seen that plant over there. Yeah, it is broken. So why did it not work? Oh, because I need to do this. Not that. Okay.
Is this an answer from this world?
Oh, more thingies. Fortunately, if I jump down there, I cannot come back, so... Oh wait, am I not supposed to? Oh, okay. And no worries. I can indeed just go over there. There's nothing here, right? No. These claw marks, they're from a rift hound, right? Most likely, yes.
reward on the road.
More claw marks. Debug. Keep calm and carry on. With this music, let the world outside burn in the apocalypse. We would enter a silent, safe, out of reach of contamination. What the fuck is happening here?
Is this an answer
Why is
from
this guy
world?
just spinning? Okay. Why do you keep running into it? Ah, fuck. That was scary. Never thought I would get jump scared in Genshin Impact, but the music is so unsettling. I am on edge. If you ever worried that the apocalypse might leak into the bunker, such anxiety may be a signal of abyssal contamination. Please report it immediately. Ah, fuck. Brother, stop. I don't want to play anymore. Please, release me. What are you looking at? Okay, that wasn't too scary. I don't like this, I don't like this. Stop. Mom, I hate this. This is why I don't play scary games. I cannot deal. Abnormal, abnormal. Marvel at the foresight of Professor Rodwine. Even as the apocalypse has swept over mankind, this beacon of... Okay. Debug. Verification operating normally. How is that remotely normal? Okay, it's just a rift hound. What pipes? Those pipes, I see. Okay, attack here. Fuck. Attack here. Ah, I can move. Okay. Isn't that what I'm doing? Yes, that's what I am trying to do. Why is nothing happening? Oh, because you're asking for the ones that are up there. Phew.
Is this an answer from this world?
Maintenance complete. Apocalypse purification system operating normally. Keycard unlocked. Don't forget to retrieve your keycard. Have a wonderful day. This time the keycard's golden. The terminal report before mentioned signs of large monster activity in Research Zone 2. There's no way it could have been talking about the one we just saw, surely. Paimon doesn't get it. For now, let's head back to the terminal and see what this card unlocks. To be fair, it only said signs of X detected, not anything else. Not that it would be here. Communications log. Secure communication channel established. Loading data. Access granted. Wishing you a wonderful day in the post-apocalyptic world. Research Gracina. To Supervisor RM Morozov. I apologize, Supervisor Morozov, for losing control of my emotions earlier. To ensure the survival of this post-apocalyptic bunker, I would like to have a proper conversation with you in person. Sincerely, Senior Researcher G. Mikulko. The fuck am I looking at? What is this? Experimental staff record. This appears to be an attendance log for the research staff. For some reason, as time goes on, fewer and fewer names seem to appear. For some reason, I wonder. Wonder why. Mr. Brahe Reed Miller has quietly escorted the children who were still alive out of the facility. He said he knows an eccentric old hunter, and that he is also an old acquaintance of the newly appointed priestess of the Frostmoon Scions. I believe the title was something like Moonchanter. Both are willing to protect those children. Neither has asked for anything in return. Morozov never noticed a thing. He probably stopped caring about them a long time ago. There's nothing left to worry about, so before we go to meet him, let's share one last drink, as we always do. A toast to the dead, from those soon to die. Please forgive my foolishness all these years. Fuck. Whoa, the world outside's just gone. The abyss coupled it all up. Yes, but what's that thing in the center? That's my question. Like, well, of course, all the branches and stuff. The abyss branches. It's such interesting imagery. Access updated. Senior Researcher Gracina, welcome to the Bunker Access Terminal server. Hey, it looks like that keycard we just picked up still works. Which makes Paimon think, this Gracina person must have been a pretty big deal. They seem to have had access to the entire bunker. Looks like the only place we haven't been to yet is the supervisory office. If that apocalypse thing is still hanging around, this is the only place it could be. Paimon thinks that whatever it is, it's probably not that scary, since scary things wouldn't want to hide from us. That's interesting logic. We'd better keep our eyes peeled, never underestimate an enemy. Alright, let's go check out the supervisory office. Let's go. Navigating to target area. That wasn't very long. Fuck. I'm good. Nice. Thanks for giving me a plant. I hated that. Gracina, you backstabbing snake, how dare you show yourself before me? Whoa, traveler, watch out, that monster seems to have been lured out. No, you're not Gracina. I can't detect your scent. What are you? A living being or another spirit flying aimlessly across the bedeviled sky? No living creature can enter this grave. Their grave, our grave. Answer me. Did Professor Rotwang send you here? Has my master forgiven me? Are you the apocalypse? Apocalypse? Apocalypse. Look at the world out there. The apocalypse has already descended upon us. Young Solovey tried to stop it. Brahe, who impersonated Reed Miller. Even that treacherous snake, Gracina, she tried to stop it too. But their efforts were all in vain. It came. It still came. My master, Professor Rotwang, reduced that pathetic world to ashes with the Sampo. After all that destruction, this bunker is all that remains, isolated amid the bedeviled sky. You think the world has been destroyed? The world outside is doing pretty well. The world outside is nothing but a casket for things beyond their time. I know not from whence you came, but I have already broken free of the celestial shell, no longer to suffer the shackles of gravity and fate. And you are no servant of my master, yet neither are you just another fool. Will you join us, become one with our flesh and our blood, or will you become death right here? Join. Or die. The world hasn't been destroyed, you are at the bottom of the sea. Enough. Cease your vicious lies, vile desecrator. My master would not deceive me. We exist amid the bedeviled sky. Let them be interred in the ruins that of that extinguished world. Only we shall continue our existence amid the bedeviled sky. Master, bear witness. Ugh, there's no other way. Traveler, let's try using these plans to deal with it. Unfortunately, nothing more we can do. Stop, I don't want you. I want this. Looks like it's broken. Better figure out how to fix it. doing so little damage. Huh? So what's that gonna do for me? Do I have infinite of them? Phew, that's that dealt with. What an annoying little... It seemed convinced the vat was destroyed and we were outside the sky. Ugh, let's just forget about that idiot. Right, it looks like we've dealt with that thing, whether it was an apocalypse or just the abyss. All thanks to the Mandragoras. Yeah, and we'd better give credit to that researcher named Garcina, right? Paimon wonders what happened to her. Alright, that just about wraps everything. Huh? Wait, what's this? To Miss Gracina, should you ever wish to leave this place, please give this item to a member of the Treasure Hoarders. They will guide you to me. Master Thief Reed Miller. Proof of the cognoscenti? What is that? What's that doing in a place like this? And it looks like it was left by Reed Miller himself. This means we're one step closer to the great treasure. Paimon can't wait to find out what it is. Open the secondary access tunnel. Why don't we head over to Pyramida? I couldn't finish reading that.
A reward on the road.
Okay. I'm not leaving anything. Yep. A viewpoint. Bunker number 0 added to the archive. We... Okay. Actually, let me double check. Wait, I cannot plunge. That man's hand. You retrieve your weapon. Okay. Paimon can finally breathe fresh air. It was so stuffy in there. After all that, there was never an apocalypse to begin with. Everything out here is fine and dandy. Well, yeah. What did you think, Paimon? What? Isn't it here? No, it was over there. So, like, if I wanted to come back, could I? Yeah. Okay. Good. Nice. Nope. I often press the wrong key. Okay, let me take a look. A timepiece long since stopped. It is said to be a keepsake from Reed Miller, the founder of the Treasure Hoarders. Devocina cognoscenti sorrow. A timepiece long since stopped. Okay, yeah. In the end, all fervent, noble, and futile dreams will dissolve like tears, like the countless fantasies born in the past, disappearing with the piercing cold wind. Whether born of true good intentions or the self-indulgent romantic fantasies, all paths lead to the same end. No one can escape a reality that falls short of their dreams, leaving their story to be edited by others. The prophesied ruler, who never came to rule, did not live to witness his Elysium, a place where all sorrows were swept away. His borderless dream world had become a thing for bandits to make sport of. The usurper, who never became their sacred heir, could not break the chains binding king. Leaving behind a maid, herself now left with nothing, to sing evening prayers in morning beneath the nightingale's tower. The governor's adopted son, who never became a master thief, failed to save the life of the one he loved, and instead stole the false name of a forgotten commoner, pretending to be a hero who now posed no threat. But what did it matter? The world she longed for was simply one where everyone could laugh as they willed. Even if it was all an insubstantial, ludicrous falsehood, it was still proof that their dreams had come true. A fake is not worthless. Just like these tokens you found, even though they are but my counterfeit work, and not echoes searching within ley lines, they can still guide you to our great treasure. Since grandiose histories will only record the stories of the nobles, let me inscribe the names of the lowly in the way taught by she who heralds the new moon. As the one I love but cannot possess once scolded, I have no profound thoughts, and this is but the mockery of a wretched wanderer, raised to the high heavens. This all went so much over my head. But so far all of them have, so we're just missing one. Okay. The Raven's Legacy. Really, let me see. What is this? It's near something I marked. So, is this the Ratnik? Yeah. There's a Ratnik here who falls to the ground. Hehe, Jelly, are you licking my face again? Your tongue's so soft. Yes, yes, you're the sweetest little kitty in this whole wide world. Wait, why does he look so out of it? Hey, get a grip, will you? There's no Jelly here. Huh? Where'd Jelly go? Did someone scare her away? Hey, snap out of it. There was never a cat here to begin with. Oh, that's a shame. Looks like I'll have to keep going a little longer in this jellyless world. I have some medicine in my pocket, if you could help me. Of course, leave it to us. You stay still and save your strength. After taking the medicine from the injured Ratnik's pocket and quickly tending to his wounds, he starts to look a little better. You two really know how to treat a wound. I honestly thought I was about to see little Jelly again, not that I would have been sad to see her. Hey, your cat can wait. Staying alive is the only thing you should be focusing on right now. You're right, thanks for your help. It's just, Shelly left me over 10 years ago now. I really miss that soft little ball of fluff. Honestly, thank you for saving me. My name's Janice, by the way, and you? Paimon's Paimon and he's the traveler. Janice, can you walk? If you can, we'll escort you out of here. It's a tempting offer, but I'm afraid I have to decline. I know I can never repay you for saving my life, but I'd still like to ask that you first travel to Pyramida and request reinforcements. I need to stay here and continue my investigation, even with such a serious wound. Honestly, I'll be fine, don't worry about me. The seal on the swamp has already weakened. Someone must keep watch over it. Besides, that fool apprentice is probably still waiting for me. Leaving a comrade behind just isn't the Lightkeeper way. Huh? The seal on the swamp? What's that? There's said to be a sinner sealed in this swamp. A vile individual who once made a pact with a demon and was turned into a monster. He must have done some really despicable things, because 500 years ago he was sealed here by the combined efforts of the Torch Forger and the Moon Chanter of the Frost Moon Scions. Anyway, that's all an outsider needs to know. Please, deliver my request. It's still dangerous around here, so you'd better get moving. I just need a little more time to catch my breath. I still have tasks I need to attend to. But Janice, just your condition. If it isn't about fixing the seal, if it's about fixing the seal, maybe we can help? Yeah, breaking seals, fixing seals, we're all about that seal life. Really? For some reason I get the feeling you're not making that up. The situation here might be far more dangerous than you imagine. Even so. Just one question. Can we really re-establish this seal? Didn't it take the Torch Forger and the Moon Chanter working together to create it in the first place? The seal itself doesn't require any special power. The Torch Forger and the Moon Chanter left their strength behind in the 3 stone sealing pillars. There are a total of 3 pillars in this area. If you can channel Kuvaki into the location of each pillar, the ancient seal will be restored. And the spire blooms that grow there can inflict some serious wounds on the monster. At least that's what the handbook says. If you really manage to seal that thing again, I don't know how I'll ever repay you. How about this? In my next life, Jelly and I will come back as house cats for you. We'll keep our fluffiest patches of fur just for you so you can pet us all you want. Seriously? How can you make jokes at a time like this? It's important to maintain a sense of humor no matter what the situation. Anyway, let's get a move on. No way, you can barely stand. You take it easy and let Paimon and the Traveler deal with the sealing. You're not wrong. If I went along in this state, I'd only get in your way. I hate to admit it, but I will leave the seal to you. Still, I am feeling better since you treated my wound. Even if I can fight, I can still make myself useful in other ways. Besides, I still don't know how that fool of an apprentice is doing. I'll head off to find him right away. If everything goes well, I'll figure out a way to help you from there. For now, you two be careful. Don't worry, we'll have this all tied up in no time. After a few more sincere exhortations to stay safe, Janus sets off. His silhouette is almost instantly swallowed by the mist. Oh, so it was related to that one that I had already started accidentally. Because I had already done this one.
Yeah.
And another one, but I don't remember where it was.
Protect us. I see everything. Grow. With one heart, we pray. Branch into song. Wave. A new moon rises. Let's make her a little.
There. Fuck off. Whoa. Something strange going on.
Find anything you like?
Defeat the serpent of all evils. What a name. Feels working. Try running away now, you nasty little out of something. Clearly hasn't learned this lesson.
Grow! Share my knowledge!
Stand with me! Lightning, Terracop!
By the Frostman of old. Everyone hold hands! Let's play pretty little. For the everlasting forest.
I'll settle this! Our bond is strong!
Receive my blessing with one heart and pray.
Stand with me!
Grow!
Oh. The pain I bore on your behalf, the sins I took upon my shoulders, I once saw you as.
Committed to memory.
Our bond is strong!
Surge. For the everlasting forest. A new moon rises. Wing. A moonlit night for all.
Stand with me! Lightning, Terracop!
With one heart and prayer. Make yourself a home. Grow. This way, pretty little.
Leave me alone. I don't want it anymore.
Grow. The Temple of Wisdom. This way. Branch into song. For the everlasting forest. A new moon rises.
Set my enemies before me, gave me the blade, and turned me into this. Still blaming others. Do you really not feel even the slightest remorse? Among the shadows scattered by the wind, a final whisper faded like ripples on a pond. Why, Rotwang? Why? Stop getting in my way, Oskari. I can still fight. If we keep dawdling like this, then we won't be able to help. It's over. That thing, it's really... Finally, we don't have to fear that shadow in the mist any longer. The gloom that's hung over this place for 500 years has been lifted. Janice, you're here. Good news, we've already taken care of the monsters. One step behind. The moment I heard the commotion, I rushed straight on over. Oh well, as long as everything ended well, that's all that matters. That's such a relief. Wait a second. Janice, are you not still injured? I had a little rest after meeting up with Oskari. I'm feeling alright now, there's no need to worry. But Master, you can't stay here. Your wounds need to be properly cleaned and bandaged to prevent infection. Why are those fighting in the background, brother? What's the rush? Didn't I tell you? Impatience is a rookie mistake. But Master, you also told me acting tough is a fool's mistake. Seems like a fool's mistake is worse. Hey, you're taking his side? Come on, traveler, we've still got too much left to do. We need to check the seal, investigate the area for anything unusual. We can't leave yet. Besides, you're seriously underestimating me. I'm Janice the Ow. Master. Alright. Let's wrap this up quickly. Oh, before I forget, thank you. Without your help, we might never have been able to take care of that monster in the swamp. And I want to thank you too for saving my master. One big bad guy down, and 2 honest compliments earned. Paimon couldn't ask for a better outcome. Okay, brother, can you stop? I'm gonna need you to stop.
Rush is the moon. Get with me! This may hurt a little. Grow! Yeah!
What the fuck are you attacking me for?
I wonder who this gift could be from.
Okay, that was a lot. Okay, wait. Meeting point rewards for what? Okay, the Raven's Legacy is the next one I have. So, good. Yay. Still not level 3. Okay. Give me one moment. I will go to the bathroom and get some coffee, and then we will continue. Okay, I'm back.
What they say is true. You have...
Let's start with the Raven's Legacy. Dolphin! Dolphin, what are you doing here? Ah, fantastic. Just the two I was waiting for. Huh? How did you know we would come here? Have you been following us since we partied at Blue Amber Lake? I was only joking. I came here to visit my parents and just so happened to be running errands here in Pyramida when I spotted the two of you. Paimon says, huh, so you have family here? What's strange about that? Just like a raven is born to raven parents, people don't magically appear out of thin air. That's not what Paimon meant. Though come to think of it, we're not really that close and Paimon can see how it was kind of a personal question. Can I ask a question that isn't so personal? Good idea. Tolfin knows everyone and everything. He just might have the info we need. You recount your experiences searching for and finding the proofs of the cognoscenti after leaving Blue Amber Lake. So Tolfin, do you have any idea where the last proof of the cognoscenti might be? I do have a few thoughts, however. Seeing as it's Traveler, he'll probably be fine. From everything I've heard about your adventures, I believe he should be able to overcome the trial. There's another trial? It isn't going to be impossible, is it? Of course not. Besides, I have total confidence in your abilities, Traveler. The last proof of the cognoscenti is actually with my grandmother. I'm on my way to visit her now. Why don't you tag along? Seriously? What are the chances? Tolfin's grandmother? What do you think she's like, Traveler? Do you think... oh, fuck. Do you think she's the kind of sweet old lady who loves to tell stories? She does tell stories, but... never mind. You'll see when we get there. What does that mean? Fuck, that's pretty far away. Oh, a chest. Fuck. Tolfin, you're leading me astray, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is my strongest team. If it's not this one, then it must be Skirk and Scoffier. But to be honest, I do want to try with this one because at least I can freeze. Well, look who's remembered to visit. Did you take care of that matter for me, you little brat? Of course I did. Would I dare show my face here if I hadn't? This is my grandmother, though I'm sure she'd rather be known as Hiljeta, the Black Barrel Hag, than a failed merchant's grandmother. She doesn't look anything like Tolfin at all, she's far too serious. I hear that a lot, but at the end of the day we're family, and we're a lot more alike than people think. This is the Traveler, and this is Paimon. They've already found the other proofs of the cognoscenti. Oh, so you've already found the other 4? Well, that takes some real talent, but I'm afraid you're going to have to let me see that talent for myself. Seeing as the brat brought you in, I won't make things too hard for you. How about we just trade a few moves? Hold on a second. Something about this doesn't feel right. And what exactly is the problem? If you want to get your hands on the great treasure, you'll naturally need to get past me first. She's a stubborn old bag of bones, but once she sees what you can do, everything will be on the table. Come on, Traveler, it's in your hands now.
Come on then, show me what you've got.
Get to work!
Give it everything you've got. I don't want you to hold back and then whinge about losing.
Paradigm shift.
Okay. Phew. That was easier than I thought. Not bad at all. You do have promise. Here. This is the proof of the cognoscenti you've been seeking. But if you want to claim the great treasure, there's still one final path you'll have to tread. Not that it'll hold him back, not considering how sharp the little lad is. He's still a far more fitting heir to the treasure hoarders than you are, you useless lump. Heir to the treasure hoarders? Me? Huh? So Granny's a treasure hoarder? And Tolfin, you too? I guess you could say that. Paimon never would have guessed. You don't look like a treasure hoarder. Don't tell Paimon you knew about this all along, traveler. I figured it out pretty quickly. As they zoom into the treasure hoarder, I don't know what this is called. The water holding thing. Don't tell me you didn't explain it to them. Were you really planning to deliver the great treasure to a couple of know-nothings who couldn't tell a treasure hoarder if they introduced themselves and brought them to their grandmother? They've shown they have what it takes to gather the proofs of the cognoscenti, and they handled your challenge just fine. In fact, weren't you praising them just now? You little. Alright, don't give yourself a heart attack. I'll explain everything to them right now. I'll see to it that the traveler is willing to be the treasure hoarder's heir, exactly as you wanted. And you really think you can make all of that clear to them, lickety-split? What are you so worried about? You won't shut up about how I'm just like that good-for-nothing Brahe. At least I inherited his gift for smooth talking, didn't I? Tolfin leads you to a quiet corner to talk. So what's really going on here? All we heard is that if we collect all 5 proofs of the cognoscenti, we can find the great treasure hidden east of the moon's west of the sun. Are you seriously telling Paimon that we'd have to take over as leaders of the treasure hoarders just to get Reed Miller's treasure? Honestly, all this air talk is weirding Paimon out. It's hard to imagine anyone leading the treasure hoarders. Exactly. There are people who call themselves treasure hoarders in every corner of Teyvat these days, and that's where the problem lies. While we might be able to face reality, my stubborn old grandmother still dreams of a day when the treasure hoarders can restore their glory from the days of Reed Miller. She fantasizes that someone will come along and rally the masses, let the dead bury the dead, and rise to build an Elysium for the hungry and the poor on the wealth of the high and haughty. While most of us have heard how Reed Miller stole from the rich to help the poor, very few know that the treasure hoarders once defended Elysium from the dark abyss. It was the treasure hoarders' golden age. It was the worst of time, and yet somehow it was also the best. I don't know, maybe things are still the same today, but that era has passed, and maybe she'll have to accept that someday. You're not wrong, but what are we supposed to do about it? Before we go any further, traveler, are you willing to serve as heir to the treasure hoarders and see that Reed Miller's dream is one day fulfilled? I have my own dreams to fulfill. I just want to inherit the treasure he left behind. Just as I thought. Then how about we do it this way? Let's put on a little show. Again? That's what you said back at Blue Amber Lake. Sure, you helped us get the proof of the cognoscenti back then, but who knows when you'll use those same sneaky tricks on us. Why would I do anything to thwart you when we're already such good friends? Now, instead of being suspicious, how about we focus on what we're going to say? You have a brief discussion with Tolfin about how to convince Hilgeda. According to Tolfin, simply mentioning the name Avrelian should be enough to gain her trust, and if she ever brings out the name Brahe, all you have to say is that you don't agree with his methods. As for who these two people actually are, Tolfin says it's a long story and promises to explain everything in detail when he gets the chance. So, what do you say, little lad? Are you in? I will fulfill Avrelian's dream. Good, that's the spirit. If it weren't for the little brat acting just like that good-for-nothing Brahe, the proof of the cognoscenti wouldn't have been scattered and lost for so long. We're nothing like Tolfin, or that Brahe might call it fellow. You can rest assured. Even I hate to admit that the traveler is the most suitable candidate to inherit the great treasure. Then it's settled. All that's left is for you to retrieve the great treasure. At the treasure site, you'll likely run into a few tricks left behind by that good-for-nothing. I'm sure you'll be able to handle anything he came up with. Paimon still has no idea where east of the moon and west of the sun could be. Oh, that. Well, it's beyond the horizon, yet so close you can touch it. Also, I won't be joining you for the next trial, so here's wishing you all the best. Still, I'll be in Pyramida for a while longer, so please let me know if everything goes well. I'm counting on the both of you. Hi, Hiljetta. Hurry, retrieve the great treasure. Okay. Memorata. Cognoscentis jest. An artificial flower stained with rust. It is said to be a keepsake from Britt Miller, the founder of the treasure hoarders. Time to read more things that will go over my head. Legend has it that the Fey Lord Philippov, who was deeply trusted by the White Emperor, once said that all the living desired to be deceived. From the nobles who make such sacrifices, enduring lavish extravagance on the people's behalf, to the peasants who suffered from hunger and cold, all tended to believe the narratives that would spare them from facing the truth. In some ways, therefore, hope is nothing more than despair's trick, a sweet venom that dulls the pain. According to the tales that circulate in Nasha Town today, the Master Thief was the world's most skilled trickster. Amidst countless legends caught betwixt truth and falsehood, their greatest anecdotes are always laced with lies. He outwitted the most elite guards in the Northern Realm with a fake medallion and emptied the governor's palace, and later, disguised as the special envoy of the Tsar on a secret inspection, he squeezed the entire treasury out of Viscount Spekin for his hospitality. In the popular comedy A Family Nobleman, The Gentleman Porphyry, staged by Korolevsky Troupe, the Master Thief, in one of his fleeting appearances, posed before the nobles as a holy fool who could hear the spirits, pretending to listen to their confessions, then weaved their dirty secrets into ballads, telling the bards to spread them from tavern to street, so that the weary commoners might have something to laugh out loud about. But before these enchanting, unsubstantiated anecdotes became a public spectacle, the Master Thief who never lied gave his partner, who was also of silver blood, a simple vow. He promised to never put himself in danger, and to never break his word. Do not worry for me, Alia. Do not weep for a future that has yet to arrive. I know you have your doubts about my friend, but please trust my plan for now. Do not worry about me, Alia. If I am indeed the prophesied ruler of Elysium, then no fate in this world can turn me from the brethren I hold dear. Those were the last words the first Master Thief left for posterity. If only the girl who accompanied him could have been like her little twin sister, watching the silver thread come to its end, that moment would surely. Time, however, is ruthless to all. Even that regret would become an old memory from the time before the Master Thief ascended, to his best gift's great remorse, the guillotine's steps, and before the young woman who usurped his name hid her face behind the mask. Laugh at their fearful lies, brethren, for they cannot kill Britt Miller, the Master Thief. They have but murdered a single crow, but with tomorrow's light, a murder of crows shall rise to be at my back. I cannot help but think of Murder of Birds, and I want to see his reaction too. With tomorrow's light, a murder of crows shall rise to be at my back. Okay. I will take my leave. I feel afraid being here. Although there was, now that I think about it, there was a thingy right here. We. My mouse.
You've earned yourself a reward.
Okay. Let me change my party. Although I could keep it. No, but just in case I get those enemies that absolutely need lunar reactions. Whoa, that Weasel Thief statue is huge, and look at all those iron coins. It's got 5 iron coins hanging from its tail. Wait, don't we have the proofs of cognoscenti? What if we give them... okay. This is actually really cool. I like it. Damn, having to part with all of this. I mean, I have read all of them and they have been recorded, so if I need to reread them, then I can just go back on my streams. Enter the treasure site. Just had a sip of coffee. Let's go. Nope. Find a way to open the door and leave. What do you mean leave? We just got here. Oh. Where did it go? What's that whistle? Oh, they just burrow into the ground. Suspicious notice. Gold is noble and silver bright, but which metal would truly please the iron-faced gatekeeper's sight? As the saying goes, like calls to like calls to like, so perhaps the answer is already cut and dried. A line of tiny text is written in the corner of the notice, easy to miss if one isn't paying attention. And if all else fails, winning by brute force still makes you the hero. Paimon can't make any sense of this, because Paimon is stupid. 3 keys. So which one opens the door? Wasn't there some sort of hint on that notice? I wonder. I mean, didn't it say this was silver? The door looks very gold. Iron-faced gatekeeper. Wow, wrong key. Okay. So I was just going by the color and I picked incorrectly. Okay. Strange iron coin. Where is it? Here. Coin that resembles a common iron coin, though it may be a different variant. Let me look at one thing real quick. Maybe that is just normal Mora. Meh. It's not that dangerous, Paimon.
Receive my blessing.
Take heart. You toil not in vain.
Surge.
I didn't read this. Within this little plot, both danger and luck are found. To tell the fake from the real, look where the strange rock lights the ground. The main gate is locked down hard, so don't bother trying until the skies fall apart. Okay. This looks like I gave a shit.
Branches a song. Commit it to memory.
I will dig everything. I have no issues doing that.
Curiosity deserves a reward.
I thought I timed that correctly.
I don't understand.
Worth it.
Find anything you like?
All right, this'll do.
Find a way to open the door and leave. Iron key. An iron key? What the fuck is wrong with it? Why is it red? Okay. The description says nothing about it, but... okay. There are most of those strange iron coins here. Ah, no way, it's a trap. Stubborn Weasel digs the dirt, its hurried form unseen. The key is given darkly, where the moving shadows screen. The clanging iron coins fall and halt right at its feet, a forceful claim may yet yield a bounty sweet. The little ones have picky tastes, so use what they like to tease out their trace. Did this one look weird too? No, this one looks normal. You cannot put raw meat like this and I cannot grab it. Reed Miller's great treasure. Damn. Wow, so shiny, traveler. You don't need to take any... Okay. Come on, let's go take a look. I honestly cannot believe it's actually something tangible. I was so sure it would be some... like lesson or something. Okay. My mouse. Hello. Mouse. There you go. Another Whistle Thief statue. Brahes notes 1. Okay. I have my food, my snacks, right here, and I haven't been able to touch them yet because I have to be reading so much. Okay. The arrangement of the treasure vault is pretty much complete. Without the help of these little whistle friends, I'd have no idea how to transport so many iron coins here without anyone noticing. So, to commemorate their service and hard work, I'll call these little creatures Whistle Thieves, and grant them the title of official treasure hoarders from now on. Just kidding. If Miss Alia knew, in the afterlife, that I was giving wild weasels such absurd names, she'd probably jump right out of the Pillar of Embla and beat me up. There's no way I can call them that, unless, of course, I were to write poetry in the future and fail to come up with any other name for it. Or if no other name would make the rhythm and meter work. I have to say, Father had a real eye for hiding secret funds. This place is so well concealed that not only would it be unlikely for anyone to stumble upon it, even wild weasels would have a hard time squeezing in there without guidance. It's such a pity that his foresight has only ever extended so far. Even when Rotwang used him up to the hilt, he never harbored the slightest suspicion. Ultimately, the secret funds he hid here back then were only stolen because those two old geezers, Avrelian and Sylvester, came snooping around and coaxed the words out of me. By Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, I was only 5 years old. Two young men playing good cop and bad cop, using both carrot and stick to get a 5-year-old to talk. What normal human could come up with that? Actually, forget humans. What normal fae, djinn, silly, specter, lockfuck, phantasm, or whatever creature would even think of this? Sacred heirs of the Frostmourne Scions, indeed. What rotten, immoral behavior. Father chewed me out for 3 days afterwards, and even the Petrichor vacation I'd been promised got washed out. That said, that place got washed out later too. What's more infuriating is that when I brought this up to Sylvester a while ago, he actually claimed he couldn't recall how he'd deceived me back then, just that Avrelian claimed to want the children to lead better lives. I completely understand their thoughts and actions. Return all the wealth Father had plundered to those poor children. It was the right thing to do, but really, did they have to do it through me? Was I really the sole avenue through which a breakthrough could have been made, gentlemen? Besides, and Sylvester probably doesn't know this, the secret funds they stole pretending to be chivalrous outlaws who robbed the rich to help the poor were back in Father's coffers in less than 3 days, several times the original amount, extorted from other sources. Those self-important profiteers can always rake in wealth without lifting a finger, while the venal sycophants who surround them twisted into proof of their master's innate diligence and wisdom. No one could become that rich otherwise, surely. The game of robbing the rich to feed the poor only adds weight to the shackles of the impoverished. As Miss Alia's terrifyingly gloomy sister once told me, no matter how pure the water of goodwill, if it falls on soil poisoned with malice, his seeds of evil are the only things that will grow. Aurelian probably realized this eventually, but his Elysium, no matter how firmly he believed it existed on Earth, remained much too far from those truly suffering in poverty. After all, how can someone who has never known a moment of kindness, someone constantly insulted and harmed, be expected to believe they should love their neighbor, or even their enemies? Neither Aurelian nor Miss Alia had ever answered that question. They were both kind people who imagined people to be better than they really were, believing that virtues and ideals could overcome the evil bred by circumstance. Unfortunately, I am just a selfish nobleman, and I like their kindness. I suspect Aurelian felt the same. After all, in his eyes, there has probably only ever been one truly kind noble in this world. The things I've witnessed leave me unable to hold such idealistic confidence in human nature. It's barely been a decade since Miss Alia's sacrifice, and those bandits who scattered like frightened birds and beasts have already begun brazenly misusing Aurelian's words to justify their atrocities against the innocent. Whether it's wandering merchants barely scraping by, or overworked laborers starving for their next meal, anyone could be branded a lackey of princess or a traitor who betrays his brothers and neighbors, and therefore ripe for their noble robbery. Those who came before overcame evil with noble ideals. Now the bandits who claim to be their successors wave the same banner, declaring that anyone who opposes them is an enemy of those noble ideals, thus embodying the very evil that was once defeated. I can send the bandits who committed atrocities in the name of Reed Miller and oppressed the laboring poor to the Eye of Krai, where they will sleep with the fishes for good. In fact, I have already done so. But what about after I die? Who can guarantee that those once noble ideals won't be twisted into crimes even I can imagine? Al-Ahmar could not guarantee it, Irenaeus could not guarantee it, Shivalanki could not guarantee it, the noble lords of Mondstadt aristocracy failed to guarantee it, nor can the Frostmourne Scions guarantee it, and some so-called master thief Reed Miller will surely fail to guarantee it. Evil comes from humanity as naturally as honey from a hive. I am neither Aurelian nor Sylvester, nor Miss Alia, who enchants me. I cannot place all my hope in human nature the way they did. I don't want the name of Master Thief Reed Miller to fade into history, forgotten by all. What's more, I don't want that name and the ideals it once stood for to be twisted by future villains and reviled by the public. Hence, there's only one solution I can think of. Let these so-called ideals be buried by history. Let us smother them beneath countless contradictory, absurd, laughable, yet irresistible stories, until every trace of meaning is worn away and only a sweeping legend remains. This way, anyone who commits evil in our name will never be mistaken for a serious idealist. Rather, they shall be dismissed as childish dreamers, drunk on romantic tales. Greed always outlasts ideals. At least, that's what I believe. As long as the tale of the great treasure continues to be told, there will always be gamblers dreaming of making a fortune overnight, repeating the name of the master's thief Reed Miller endlessly. Better a harmless name, one that lets the poor laugh from the heart, one that gives them a little more courage to face tomorrow, than a banner that villains could seek to claim. If the rebels of some future age truly need a new banner, they will find a new hero who belongs to their own time. And whatever that hero's name may be, it should never be Master Thief Reed Miller. Well, that went into some interesting stuff. I mean, he's right in some ways. But I don't know if he can decide for everyone. I don't know if that's right. But it's an interesting conversation, for sure. Where's all that Mora? It's just a bunch of iron coins. No. Fuck you. Whoa, so it was hiding in here all along. There could be more chests hiding under all of these coins, but between the two of us, we'll be digging forever. True. Okay, let's continue. Investigate the chest or what? Or do I do this? Oh, right.
Our bond is strong. Surge. This way, journalism. Yes. Committed to memory. What a humiliation.
That's number 5. Do you think the statue is heading a path to the real great treasure? I don't have any great expectations, and I would recommend that you don't either, Paimon. A message from the legendary thief Reed Miller. To you, my esteemed guest, who has gathered all the proof of the cognoscenti. If you're reading this note, it means you've successfully solved my puzzle. Congratulations, well done. Now, the legendary great treasure you're looking for is right in front of you. You're welcome. Please enjoy yourself. These unclaimed riches are the spoils due to the cognoscenti. However, as the founder of the treasure hoarders, I would like to give you one more piece of advice. No matter who you are, exposing mountains of wealth to the light of day, flaunting it in pursuit of glory and vanity, thereby attracting the envy of covetous eyes of countless onlookers, it is not a wise move. Please, take these treasures which belong to you alone away quietly. Then remove this note and pretend you never found anything. Let people believe that the proof of the cognoscenti still lies scattered across every corner of this continent, waiting to be gathered by those fortunate few chosen by fate. Let the story continue to circulate. Let those who dream of sudden riches continue their hard work. This way, the wealth you've obtained after countless trials will sit much more safely in your hands. Master Thief Reed Miller. I mean, he's right. Very right, actually. It's like when you win the lottery, don't tell anyone. Whoa, there was a ship under all that? So that weird pole... But why a ship? Well, who cares? The great treasure could be aboard. Come on, the suspense is killing Paimon. Okay, Paimon, you will have to wait. Give me 1 second to have one cookie.
All right, this'll do.
Brahe's note 3, but what about 2? Rumors about the proof of the cognoscenti have been spread. Once people know that a key exists, they won't go out of their way to find alternative means of entry. All I have to do now is fabricate a few tales of treasure hunters who tried to take shortcuts but came up empty-handed, and spread them under the names of Brahe the Bard and Grand Duke Trubetskoy. That should be more than enough to convince future generations of the necessity of seeking the proof of the cognoscenti. Like his greedy father, the new Grand Duke Trubetskoy heard rumors of the treasure and schemed to seize even the gifts the master thief had left for the poor. And what magnificent treasure it was! More splendid than the gold of Hisi, more dazzling than the silver of Kitesgrad. Even the flesh and blood of the Lord of Geo could scarcely measure its worth. Such was the vast hoard of iron coins that the master thief left behind, wealth enough to shake the very economy of the northern lands. Wait, that's not right. If I were to list the treasure's contents outright, some people would lose interest. Such was the treasure that the master thief left behind, wealth enough to shake the very economy of the northern lands. Even a bard with such nimble lips and silver tongue as I could scarcely recount it in full. Alright, that'll do. And lastly, I'll spin something about how the new Grand Duke Trubetskoy was effortlessly bested by the master thief's companion, a beauty known as Wagtail. As long as it's written in a sufficiently dashing manner, I'm sure Miss Alia wouldn't mind. Look, it mentions Brahe over here. Looks like he was the one who made these records. So iron coins really were really the currency back here in the day. That means a mountain of these things could truly be called a great treasure. Ugh, if only we'd come here a few hundred years ago, we'd be rich. But iron coins aren't worth much more at these days. As they say, value lies in scarcity. Exactly, so if we can find this prototype iron coin he wrote about, collectors are sure to go crazy for it. Paimon bets we could get a pretty penny for that one. Too bad we don't know where it's buried. Ugh, are we really supposed to dig up this whole place by ourselves? We'll get a dressing down from the Black Barrel hag if we don't. Oh yeah, you're right. We mustn't get on the wrong side of her. We might be able to handle her attacks, but Paimon will have to fly far, far away. And speaking of the Black Barrel hag, now that Paimon has seen Brahe's notes and all these iron coins, she finally understands why that old lady wants to bring back the good old days. To her, those days must have been the real Elysium. Paimon thinks we're living in a pretty wonderful time too. You and Paimon and all the friends we've met on our journey, this is our golden age. That's probably how Tolfin feels as well. He chose not to share the full history of the treasure hoarders with us because he didn't want us to bear the weight of expectation. It looks like this adventure ends here. Getting all 5 proofs of the cognoscenti wasn't easy, and Paimon knows it was far from a fruitless journey, but she can't help feeling a little disappointed. By the way, why do you think this ship is here? Perhaps it sank under the weight of a greed it could not bear. Maybe it's a ship of dreams that ran aground before it ever set sail. Okay, why are we being so poetic? It would be risky to sail without all those heavy coins on board. Even if they didn't sink, they might get robbed. Oh, but this is a treasure hoarder ship. They're not usually the ones who would need to be scared. That's such a shame. Even though this ship is hundreds of years old, it still almost looks new. Traveling would be so much easier if we had a boat as big as this, don't you think? I'll be the captain, and Paimon, you can be the chief mate. Aye aye, Captain Traveler. Trying the jib to the mizzenmast and racing the port side anchor to the low line, Captain. How convincing is Paimon's chef matiness? Come on, take the helm and let's set sail. Try taking the helm. Like actually? Grasp the helm. What are we doing? Bounty Island's just up ahead. Nothing about it looks particularly special from here. Relia, I'm still not happy about this. I mean, the treasure here has been marked by the governor. If we take it... Don't worry, we still have a few more days before the drill's over, and by the time the governor notices, we'll already be in Snezhnograd. That's not what's bothering me. What if he ends up on the hook for telling us where the treasure is? Who? Oh, you meant that Brahe kid. What do you care? He's had his fare, and I haven't? Okay. This is going too fast. What are you talking about? You and that kid are nothing alike. If you were on the same side as them, you wouldn't... Ah, don't worry about him. He'll be fine. He might be adopted, but he's still the governor's son. Besides, he's young. No one's gonna... I hope you're right. Ah, so this is what Bounty Island looks like. I guess it really does live up to its name. What are we going to do with the loot? Same as usual? Though, if we're taking it back to Snezhnograd, why not give it to the kids on the street? I ran into them a few days ago while out on patrol. That kid with the conch shell struck me as a smart one. They'll know what to do with the treasure, and who best to share it with. Suits me. Let's do it your way. But compared to the treasures on display in the governor's palace, these little trinkets are hardly even worth the bother. Even in a backwater like this, those arrogant fools still indulge in their outrageous extravagance. Their shiny facade can't hide the fact they're already rotten to the core. Have you seen it yet? This place is no different from Snezhnograd. Are we really supposed to fight to protect people like this, and protect them from those we have no quarrel with? The unseen, the downtrodden, the despised? I understand your anger, but there's not much we can do. There's not much we can do right now, but sooner or later we have to upturn the status quo, to weed out the corruption root and stem. I must rise to the top by any means necessary. I count myself lucky to have ended up fighting by your side, Silva, but I often find myself looking back to where I came from. It's a place my brothers and sisters remain, where they continue to endure hardships they should never have to bear. Tell me, those innocent souls, were they born to suffer like this? If it's the law that is causing their suffering, then I shall rewrite the law, and if it's the corrupt nobles, then I shall purge them from their ranks. One day, I'll raise an Elysium that belongs to us on this land, a land that has always belonged to us. I believe in you, Relia. I know you can accomplish your dream. Let's not talk about that now. Even thieves have their code, so I'll leave this behind. That way, the governor will know who took his treasure. Just a pity I won't get to see his reaction myself. That would be a sight to behold. Huh? What just happened? We found a treasure hoarder ship and there are a pile of iron coins. Then you took the helm. After that, it felt like a dream, and then somehow we ended up here. Those two. They mentioned someone called Brahe. Either it's a crazy coincidence or they must be from a long time ago. At the very least, we know they have a connection to this place. Yeah, and from what they were saying, there was once some treasure buried here, and even though they made off with it, it seems they left something else in its place. It's been so long, who knows if someone already dug it up by now. Let's see if we can find it first. It can't hurt to look. If Paimon remembers correctly, it should be somewhere around here. Paimon can't believe it's still here. Why didn't the governor come to collect it? Wow. Got chills. Huh? This is what they left here? Isn't this... Oh, Paimon doesn't understand. Let's ask Tolfin about it. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. We should tell him what happened with the great treasure too. Damn.
Alright, this'll do.
Okay. An aged iron coin engraved with a stylized raven sigil. Legend says it was forged by Miller, founder of the treasure hoarders, and was the very first true iron coin. In a world without borders, in a paradise where no one suffers from hunger or cold, the gold bestowed and governed by the the gold bestowed and governed by the Deus Ari was never meant to serve as the foundation of human cooperation. Humans should be masters of money, not its servants. Even if one cannot claim the heart of gold for themselves, All should be able to wield the wealth that inherently belongs to everyone. But that is a story of a much later time, whether it was the first iron coin or the ideal song, interpreted and twisted over the following centuries. It all began on a winter night beyond the reach of lamplight, when two children slipped out of the academy, hiding from the adult's eyes, and carved the token for playing the thief extraordinaire. O Raven, king of all birds, felled in a net amidst the thorn bush, cunningly unfurled. I stand upon the hazel and the alder high, to hear the birds sing for me loudly by.
Stand with me! Grow! Surge! The moon's light approaches. This way, pretty little. Share my knowledge. Our bond is strong. Lush as the moon. Yeah. The world wishes you well.
Okay. So, yeah, Toffin went back to Pyramida. Oh, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon, have you two found the great treasure already? If you mean that pile of old iron coins. We left those iron coins exactly where we found them. Well, actually, they're on top now. You told Solfin what happened at the treasure site and the strange things that happened after you boarded the ship. For some reason, they left behind some sort of Raven insignia. Seems the Earth remembers far more than we could ever imagine. As a storyteller, I can't help but feel humbled by that. After all, human life is fleeting, and oral history is prone to error. Some stories may even be lost forever, yet the Earth's memory no doubt remains true. I think it could only have been Avrelian who left that Raven insignia. You may be more familiar with another one of his names, Reed Miller. Huh? You mean that was the legendary thief Reed Miller? Paimon could have never guessed by looking at him. From what she describes, the things you saw almost certainly happened before the treasure hoarders were even formed. It's said that back then he liked to play the role of heroic thief with his military academy buddies, stealing from the rich and helping the poor. In fact, that Raven insignia was derived from the family crest of his noble-born academy classmate. But that's all in the past, so I shan't bore you with the details. Anyway, seeing as our fates appear to be intertwined, how about you two take this Raven insignia as a keepsake? I assume accepting this doesn't automatically make me the treasure hoarder's heir. Haha, there's no need to worry. Like I said, the golden age of the treasure hoarders is over. However, there is still one slight problem. My stubborn grandmother seems to have taken a liking to you. If she ever asks you for a friendly sparring match, please don't turn her down, and don't pull your punches either. Whoa, she's so much stronger than a regular old lady. We wouldn't dream of doing anything but pummeling her with everything we've got. Well then, the great treasure buried east of the moon, west of the sun has been claimed by a pair of remarkable adventurers, and this performance too has come to its close. Allow me to play you a tune, to express my wish that every step of your journey be filled with misery, and every path may bring you tribulation. About Reed Miller. The name Reed Miller was merely an alias, a mask to hide one's true identity. To the poor, Miller was a figure of admiration, while to the nobles, the very mention of him would draw curses and swearing, but it was never the name of just one person. Even among the earliest treasure hoarders, there were already 3 individuals who went by the name Reed Miller, and that doesn't even include those who later chose to pose as Miller for one reason or another. Why, just last week I had a run-in with 2 petty thieves, both calling themselves Miller, who attempted to steal my harp, but that's a story for another time. Putting the latter-day pretenders aside, I do know a thing or two about the original trio, so, traveler, which of the 3 are you asking about? About the first Reed Miller. The first to use this alias was Aurelian. I've mentioned him to you two before. He was an orphan who was adopted by a rank-and-file military officer named Miknenko after losing both his parents. As a result, he was able to attend the Snezhnayan Royal Military Academy. Interestingly, according to official records, shortly after Aurelian became a non-commissioned officer, he died in the line of duty for unknown reasons. Perhaps this was his way of getting out of the military, although I can't say for sure. Whatever the reason, he surfaced in nod-krai a few years later under the name Reed Miller, gathering the destitute who lived on the fringes of society into a band that became the first treasure hoarders. At that time, they recognized this young man from who knows where as their leader, believing that he would free them from their shackles and build an Elysium where all would stand equal. Unfortunately, even I cannot say what his true motive was, nor can I tell you much about how the treasure hoarders operated at this time. Maybe he had a grand dream, maybe, like my grandmother, he possessed a strong unshakable faith, or maybe he harbored some other darker, more personal motive he couldn't share with anyone. Alright, please don't tell my grandmother I said that last part. Anyhow, all of that happened five centuries ago. For most people, the only thing known about the very first treasure hoarder is what eventually became of him, which was death by execution in Snezhnograd. Although he had never been captured by the authorities before, he was convinced by a noble friend to walk away from his organization, leave everything behind and go to Snezhnograd, supposedly to explain himself to the Belyazar or something like that. Unsurprisingly, he was promptly sent to his death without so much as a glimpse of the Tsar. That's why I say thieves and nobles don't belong together, it only ever ends in tragedy. About the second Reed Miller. The second Reed Miller was a woman whose real name I do not know. All I know is that she was a traitor from the Frostmourne Scions who struck her name from history altogether. In truth, I have no idea what her connection to Aurelian was, and as for the Frostmourne Scions of 500 years ago, well, it was a pretty creepy place to be, judging from the poems I've read. According to Brahe, the entirety of Easy Island was encircled by a golden wall even taller than Mount Isis in Fontaine, so I really have no good explanation for how she could have come to know Aurelian. And now the Frostmourne Scions have transformed into something entirely different, so much so that I even wonder if they're too gullible these days. That's why I told Miss Hidimbi just a few days ago that she was real lucky. Had she tried to dupe the Frostmourne Scions of 500 years ago, she'd probably be with Al-Ahmar by now. So anyway, after Aurelian was executed, she began donning that silver mask, claiming to be the master thief Reed Miller who had escaped the gallows. She molded the treasure hoarders into a highly disciplined, quasi-military force that almost resembled a religious order. Her mantra was that no one should place their faith in gods or deities, for it was humanity alone that held the power to save its own. Strange as it may sound, the best way to describe the treasure hoarders of that era might simply be an irreligious religious order. Under the name Reed Miller, she gathered a large group of bandits, and together they picked the governor's palace in nod-krai clean in a single night. All the countless curios, antiques, mora, and jewels that they made off with, she gave all of that away to the poor of Nasha town. This was the very storm of gold and silver that the cheap nobles so fancifully describe. And now, in nod-krai, the people absolutely revere Miller. But if you ask me, that has nothing to do with Aurelian's dream, the dream that my grandmother believes in so staunchly. For most of the people living on this land, both his dream and Elysium are as distant as the moon. Who knows? Maybe they're just dreaming of someone like her, someone who dropped loot from nowhere right into their laps without them having to lift a finger. Okay. About the third Reed Miller. It's a bit embarrassing for me to say this, but of the 3 Reed Millers, the one I mentioned earlier, Brahe, is the one my grandmother really despises. Much as my grandmother doesn't want to admit it, he is actually our forebear. He was of station even higher than Solovey the Torchforger. He was the adoptive son of the Fey Lord Trubetskoy, governor of all Nod-krai. Some have claimed he was actually the governor's illegitimate son, and because the blood of the Fey ran through his veins, he was more handsome than most people you'd ever meet. Of course, that's probably just an unfounded rumor. I mean, surely neither of you can find any trace of Fey blood in my face, can you? Like Aurelian, he was a student at the military academy, though he enrolled long after Aurelian had graduated. I doubt the two of them ever crossed paths there. After graduating from the academy, Brahe returned to nod-krai, where, like every other Snezhnayan noble of the time, he settled into a life of indulgence and decadence. That is, until the night he caught a glimpse of the second Reed Miller as she looted the governor's palace. Brahe fell in love with the Frostmourne Scion turncoat at first sight. So enamored was he that he even abandoned his life as a noble to join the treasure hoarders. The nobility are at leisure to see the suffering of others as a beautiful romantic fantasy, whereas the truly destitute are relegated to soulless villainy and roles in every tale. This is why my grandmother despises him so much. In her view, he was the one who tainted Aurelian's dream, the one who turned a name that rightfully belonged to the poor into one from a farcical story of romance. But it's just that he abandoned his life as a noble after his beloved passed and continued to rob the rich to help the poor and aid the people of this land. So no matter what his motives were, or how he went about achieving his goals, I don't think it can be said that he tainted Aurelian's name, not when we consider how many people he helped and how much he bettered their lives. It's no exaggeration to say that all of the stories about the Master Thief Reed Miller that can be found in the cheap novels out there, maybe 1 in 5 is about the treacherous Frostmourne Scion, 3 in 10 tell Brahe's tale, and the remaining half is just pure fiction, fabricated solely to tantalize and reel in their reader. While my grandmother may be a steadfast believer in Reed Miller's dream, just what exactly is this dream? Even Brahe might not have fully understood it back in the day, so how could we claim to now? Having said that, maybe all of that doesn't really matter after all, as long as you believe in something. One must believe in something, if only to be able to have the courage to face tomorrow. Okay. About the iron coins. Iron coins were a form of currency issued by Aurelian, that is, the very first Reed Miller. He believed that in a world without divisions, in an Elysium where no one went hungry or suffered from the cold, people should not be relying on wealth bestowed and governed by the gods to help each other. He believed that people should be the masters of wealth, not its slaves, and even if mastering the heart of gold might be an impossible task, everyone should have the right to wield the wealth that belongs to all to begin with. But as you both can see, the iron coins he imbued with meaning quickly became worthless scrap of metal after his death, largely due to the very people he had placed his faith in. Oh, and by the way, there's another piece of info that came to me on the wind, though I cannot guarantee its veracity, and since I have no way to verify it, please take it as you will. In Snezhnaya, there's a Fatui harbinger with a rather peculiar obsession. He seeks to create a more perfect economic order in this world. Yes, that's Pantalone. Unfortunately, he is not a collector of iron coins. Otherwise, you might be able to make a fortune in Mora by selling this to him. About the Great Treasure. It was the third Reed Miller, that is, the one named Brahe, who left behind the legend of the Great Treasure. As for why he did that, Maybe he just wanted to keep future generations of treasure hunters hooked, so that the name Reed Miller would never be forgotten. Thank you, Tofin. You know so much. I love you. That was great.
My oh my. The final product has exceeded all my expectations. If anyone actually does stumble in here by mistake, I'm sure they will be truly awe-inspired by this mage's might.
One moment. If someone really does end up here by accident, will you guide them to fulfill their wishes?
Well, that all depends on the sort of person they are. Guidance can encourage complacency and entitlement if you're not careful. If someone is eager to rely on their own abilities like you do, then I'll gladly help them. But if they're the type of person who pins all their hopes on the mage's power while doing none of the work themselves...
Would you really turn them into a statue?
No, nothing like that. But I would guide them out of this place to the nearby Curatorium of Secrets. I'm sure Nefer would know how to deal with them much better than I do.
What do you mean? What do you think Nefer is gonna do? For free?
Those who seek to reap without sowing ought to pay the price. Don't you think?
Yay. Now I can do this. Damn. That's a lot. Okay. Okay, I will do that later. Forget about it. Stop. Actually, wait a second. Where is that? Oh, a viewpoint. Wonderland in the rabbit hole. Okay. No, I don't have it. I have for this one. Wee. Gimme, gimme. Thanks. Let's see. Chances are low, but let's see. Trash, 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 trash. All trash. Amazing. This one's good. Unless, well, unfortunate, there's HP percentage. It is what it is. Okay, so the next place read. Let's see. We're going from south to north. That wasn't evident. Right. Lost Notes 3. Interesting, I haven't seen Lost Notes 1 or 2, but okay. Month unknown, day unknown. Abyssal monsters are everywhere, and the locals avoid us as if we carried a curse. Setting up camp near these ruins is not a long-term solution, I fear. Lord Roland says nothing. He just wipes his blade in silence. Perhaps we really are too weak. Thankfully, once they learned of our situation, the warriors who call themselves the Lightkeepers offered us their lighthouse as shelter. Their generosity is admirable. Okay, let's go over there. Okay. You keep doing what you're doing. Wolves have been seen in this area at midnight. Travelers be warned. I am not stupid. Oh. I don't see any wolf. Awoo. Does not fall. I fear I really am missing context here. Month unknown, day unknown. A brutal fight. I refused the locals' aid and held this lighthouse alone. Now I'm the only one left. Ah, and this wolf, the one that came with us from Mondstadt. Master went off, tracking the monsters. I cannot say if he will return. But it doesn't matter now. Where he goes I can't follow, drenched in blood as I am. The end of this path of chivalry. Only he and these crows, drowned by the scent of blood, will see it. It won't leave my body to them. Well, wolf from my homeland, consider sending me on my way your final duty. 2. Month unknown, day unknown. We encountered another group of monster hunters. They called themselves the Light Keepers and seemed to have come from the north. These warriors, intent on restoring order to this land, invited us to join their cause, but Master Roland refused. Nothing will ever change unless this land is cleansed with blood. That's what the Master said. And the targets of this purge are not limited to non-human monsters. He believes that bandits who seize the chance to pillage, and desperate outlaws with nowhere left to turn, all must be eradicated. But can this world truly be saved through killing alone? Lost Notes 1. Month unknown, day unknown. Our westward march would conclude in Nadland. I thought our westward march would conclude in Nadland, but Master Roland shows no intention of ending his campaign. Things differ in the northern snowfields. There, the new Cryo-Archon has restored order within Snezhnograd. Here, the chaos inflicted by that calamity still reigns supreme. Perhaps that's why Master Roland's behavior has become increasingly inscrutable since we arrived at nod-krai. Sometimes I can't even tell if we're fighting to save people from suffering or just for the sake of slaughter. I'm sure Master would say that where chivalry is concerned, there is no difference between the two. I never pondered this before we left Mondstadt. Perhaps Master Roland is right and I simply do not understand yet. Where are we going? Are we coming back? Son, uphold the knightly creed. Just in case, let me
Perhaps
just grab
this
this
treasure has been waiting
first.
for you all along.
Touching sword hilts usually doesn't end well. Those knights who chose to follow me were lost to the injustices of fate. For you who devoted yourselves to justice and to the path of chivalry, this was not the ending you deserved. Boreas, take care of them, for when I reach the end of my road, their souls will be redeemed. Wolf, you too desire to stay, I understand. Remain and keep watch over the rest. Even if only I remain upon this path, so be it. I will press forward until every shadow... Okay. Didn't get to read that. Another... The lone wolf's memory. Perhaps because
The world
Boreas'
wishes
presence
you
could
well.
not be felt. Are you saying that if I put Barca on my team, things will be different? According to legend, when the Bloodstained Knight left the Knights of Pavonia 500 years ago to embark on the path of demon hunting, Some knights chose to follow him, leaving Mondstadt together with the champion they revered. To this day, their names are still recorded in the archives of the Knights of Favonius, though what happened after their departure remains unknown. Is it because of the unique influence of the ley lines here, or was their longing and willpower so intense that these voices still linger? Unless I'm mistaken, this must be their final destination. Though they had left the knights, they fought bloody battles to uphold the chivalry in their hearts, until all that was left above was one lone wolf. No one can fault you for your deeds. Every action you took was truly befitting your knightly titles. But it seems that the bloodstained knight could not return from the end of his path. It's an ending full of sorrow. No matter what, the Knights of Favonius won't forget you. Your deeds ought to be celebrated by the world, and your spirits should be returned to your homeland. Heroic wolf, lead me to their bones. Damn, are we really going to find their graves? And can't we do something about it? Oh. Fuck. I can't do this. Lance is too strong.
Into the wind. Will I become a star
See?
in the sky?
Off we go.
R.I.P.
Let's
Duran.
light it up. Yeah. Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Awesome.
Stay focused. The wind knows.
Nice, Kazu had that.
The abyss is burning. Shadow, burn! Up the ante! Thunder! Burn! Charge!
Adventure time! I'm going in!
Thunder! Stay away from me! Burn! Up the ante! Thunder! Burn! Thunder!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
I can go on. Okay. You up! Maria sweeping in! Up the ante!
Let's light it up!
And back!
Everybody stand back!
Thunder! Thunder! Charge!
the ante! On me! Burn!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Huh?
One with nature.
Thunder!
Element for the...
Burn! Maria sweeping in! Thunder!
Phew, I did it. Wow. Good job. Trying to touch. Do not disturb their peaceful slumber.
Is this the power of the Wolf of the North? Strange. Though, I'm also getting more than just a hint of the Falcon of the West.
Huh? What do you mean face the enemy? I just faced the enemy.
Whatever it is, I'll get to the bottom of this.
What is this?
An ancient battlefield. Who could have sealed this place off?
Leave now. Do not disturb. Very peaceful slumber.
A manifestation of Andrews? Now I've really got to figure out what's going on.
Stormwind!
Fuck.
Maria sweeping in!
Bro, I cannot... I can't go into my items.
A worthy
Okay,
adversary.
just kill me. I cannot do this.
That's gonna leave a scar. Just a flesh wound. Look after Mondstadt for me.
I shall not face the enemy. Goodbye. Domain sealed by the power of the North Wind. Once a place where the knights stained the earth with demon blood, it was also where they laid their swords and bones to rest. A knight hath no need of graven stone, for justice itself shall be his memorial. A knight hath no need of bonds, for justice itself doth walk beside him. A knight hath no need for triumph, for a biting wind shall bear him home. That's nice poem. Okay, that was cute and all, but I cannot finish it, so some other day.
Yeah.
Up the ante! On me!
Okay. Read. Neatly written diary. Some date? The selection list for the Radniki was posted today. My rank was low, yet I still managed to squeeze in at the very bottom. All the years of effort finally paid off. I can at least wear the uniform of a Radnik. I stood before the mirror, studied every detail of the uniform again and again. The buttons, the badges, the cap, and the lantern that belongs only to me, with my name engraved on it. I could look at it forever. New uniforms always carry a scent of leather mixed with hope. It is strangely comforting. I ran my fingers over my name on the lantern and pictured myself guarding the Borderlands. I could not help imagining the future. Would my name and my story one day spread back to Nasha Town and from there across all of nod-krai? Some date? The unit assignments came out today. Perhaps luck really does balance itself. I was not chosen for a frontline lightkeeper unit. Instead, I was assigned to a support unit stationed at Kipumaki Cliff. I should have known better than to hope for too much. With my test scores, being accepted as a lightkeeper at all was already more than I could have hoped for. Today, I met my captain and my teammates for the first time. Captain Asebov is a stone-faced man. He gave me a brief rundown of our duties, patted my shoulder, and went back to his post. His grip was so strong I almost lost my balance. Chernov is a cheerful fellow. He pulled me to the campfire for drinks, and I had a surprisingly pleasant night. Shonokovich is as thin as a sheet of iron. I heard he used to be a poet. Chernov says his dream is to write a great poem about military life, which is why he became a lightkeeper. To be honest, he's a strange one. Patolichev joined the same day as I did, and he seems downcast for some reason. I wonder if his reason for being thus is the same as mine. I have lost track of how many days I have been stationed at Kipumaki Cliff. Perhaps it has already been months. Each day feels as if it will never end. As though I am trapped living the same one over and over. I rise at 6 each morning to train with the captain. After that, I search for fruit or hunt small game to top up our rations. Then Chernov takes over my watch, and I get to enjoy staring at the jagged walls of Kipumaki Cliff and letting my mind drift. I imagine what my battles against the Wild Hunts will look like one day. I truly don't know what Shonokovich hopes to write about in a unit like ours. What great poem about military life can sprout from this? The captain received an order from Pyramida today. We are to clear several White Hunt nests around Kipumaki Cliff in a support unit role. To be honest, this is the best news I've had in days. No, in months. At last, I will go to the battlefield. At last, I can prove myself. Philaev, the Lightkeeper, remembered by the generations to come, is finally about to have his first battle. I'm afraid nobody remembers Philaev. Oh. Unknown person's abandoned diary. From the records of the Frostgale steeds, we received an urgent request for reinforcements from Pyramida and set out for Kipumaki Cliff to deal with an unexpected wild hunt outbreak. According to our scout teams, there should already be another group of wild hunt lurking beneath Cliffwatch Camp. It is now the third day. The wild hunt spilling out of Kipumaki Cliff has already reached the ramparts. That place is often called the Sanctum of Departed Heroes, the resting ground of soldiers who once fell in battle. The sheer number of wild hunt creatures this time is unsettling. I only hope I will not become one of them. Thankfully, the scout has already returned to report to the old man in Pyramida, so reinforcements should be on the way. Our orders are to clear 3 wild hunt nests. We destroyed one the day before yesterday, and another one this morning after being forced into it. This one should be the last one. If we can hold out until help arrives, I can finally return to Pyramida and make my report. I'm taking a long break once we get back. About time I headed home and checked on things there too. So what was that horrible noise? What's going on there? Hey, Chernov, you okay? Still lifting that blade, Captain. Shonokovich, Vilaev, are you alright? Ugh, pretty sure my leg's busted. But hey, I'm still breathing. You keep count? How many did I take down? How many monsters are there? Are we gonna die out here, Captain? What nonsense are you talking about, kid? We'll definitely make it out safely. Don't worry, the scout must have already returned to the city to inform the old man. Our reinforcements are on their way. Here they come again. This wild hunt just won't give us a break. Alright, weapons up, lanterns ready. Lanterns steady. We've got another wave coming. Clear out the monsters. Night Keepers. Traveler, watch out for the wild hand.
Up the ante! Up the ante! Get back!
Let's light it up! Everybody stand!
Burn! Thunder! The abyss is burning! Shadow! Up the ante!
The wind knows me.
Going in!
Clouds high. The birds call into the wind.
Thunder! Stay away from me!
That's gonna leave a scar. Turns out I can die.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand!
Fallen leaves adorn my night.
Element for the end! Devouring claw!
The wind knows me.
Thunder! Element for the
Go in! Let's light it up!
Thunder!
Sure enough, Shonokovich, no. Get in there, move it, now. The way those outkeepers suddenly showed up and then... Okay.
Any booze in there? Pour me a cup.
Can you imagine if treasure chests gave you booze? That would be so dumb. Only a Knight of Favonius would do that. Something's still making noise in there. Be careful, traveler. Neatly written diary 2. This was my first mission under Captain Asebov. The real battlefield is nothing like the training grounds. When that monster threw itself at me, I could hear nothing but my own heart pounding. Everything I had learned in training was gone. Fear flooded through me in an instant, my legs turning leaden. I never knew battles could be so terrifying. I could barely hold my sword. I woke up several times in the middle of the night, gasping for air inside my tent. It feels as if the wild hand will strike at the moment I lose focus. Sharnov saved me this time, but what about the next? Will I be wounded or will I die? I worked so hard to become a ratnik, dreaming of standing beside the legends, yet look at me now. I cannot even keep my grip on the blade when facing the wild hunt. Will I ever see my mother's warm smile again? Will I ever return to Nasha Town, the place from which I first set out? Oh man. It's difficult. I don't know why you ever wished for this. Don't be afraid. Batoli and I will get you out of here. Stand tall. Hold that blade like a proper lightkeeper. What plan? What plan could there possibly be, Batoli? If this is the end, then I'll fight to the last right here. You're the finest squad I've ever had. Whatever happens next, it has been my honor to fight alongside you. The honor is all ours, Captain. Come on, prepare the defense. Let these damned creatures witness the wrath of the Frostgale steeds.
Stay away from me! Thunder! Up the ante!
A worthy adversary. On me.
I was thinking of changing my team, but maybe I can do this.
Wind and cloud!
Furious. Can't end
What the
here.
fuck?
Lament for the
Everybody stand back!
Look after Mondstadt for me.
Okay. Probably I cannot do this then.
one with nature. Fallen leaves adorn my. The abyss is burning. Shadow. The wind knows me. Into the wind.
Going in!
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me. Stay away from me! One with nature.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up!
Get back! The abyss is burning. Shadow! The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Everybody stand back!
The wind knows me. Devouring claw! As one with wind and cloud. Thunder! Stay away from me! Into the wind.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up!
Back! This is
Okay.
the end. The abyss is burning. Shadow! Thunder! Thunder!
Any booze in there? Pour me a cup.
Neatly written Diary 3. Around 4 this morning, I was jolted away by waves of roaring, the ground shaking beneath me. The air carried an acrid, bloody smell. When I looked outside the camp, I saw countless monsters rushing towards us in the dark. Captain Asipov burst out of his tent and began shouting orders. My foggy mind slowly understood that this was a wild-hand attack. What surprised me was the flood of images that suddenly flashed through my head. Some were from the training grounds, some from my first night with the support unit, and some from long ago in my home. For a moment, I even thought I smelled the ribs Mom used to grill. I do not know why all those memories filled my head at once, but I am grateful that fear was no longer the only thing in my heart. This was the first time I fought with the squad to clear a wild hunt nest. Even now, my heart still pounds and my arms feel numb with exhaustion. I was injured in the fight, but I was not as terrified as on that night. Maybe I will grow into the person I hope to become after all. I hope so. Okay. Where are we going? Sigh. Believe. No, Asebov. Captain. Looks like a Ratnik's gravestone. Could it be from those Ratniki we saw in the canyon? They keep flickering in and out, showing up one moment and vanishing the next. Paimon still doesn't get what's going on. Let's ask around in Pyramida next time. Maybe someone there knows about this. Shinokovich. For now, this is but an empty tomb. 100 years later, it will be the resting place of the Lightkeeper known as Patolichev. To have served as a member of the Frostgale Steeds has been the greatest honor of my life. Oh no. Traveler, Paimon, you're here too. We came to see him as well. If he knew you came, well, he certainly wouldn't say it, but it would make him happy. You stand together with Ilua before the grave for a while. Ilua speaks to your fallen comrade, recounting the small and big events that have taken place in Pyramida lately. He can finally rest in peace knowing that everyone in Pyramida is doing well, right? Yes, he completed his mission. We will continue with ours. And after us, others will continue to watch over this land. Like the winter Iselia, they will endure storms and cold, yet still grow strong. I didn't know this was here. Okay. Well. Where did we come from? Over there. I have to finish the stream soon, but I wanted to explore what was after that. Nothing. Let me just make sure. I see some bullshit over here. Oh, I see. Oh, I have enough. Yay!
On me!
Anything else of interest? Nope. Well, still glad I came back. Okay. Gotta finish the stream now. Okay, let's just do this real quick. How is Ilua here now?
Mission accomplished. Looks like a whole new camp.
Yup. Even the fortifications are complete too. Any attackers, be they monsters or otherwise, will have a hard time overcoming our defenses now. The lighthouse has half a month's worth of fuel supplies, so even in the event of some massive wild hunt assault, we should be able to hold out until reinforcements arrive.
Thinking that far ahead, huh?
I just... it always pays to be prepared for the worst, you know?
I agree.
Either way, guess you can take a bit of a break now that it's all done.
Right, and that's why I'll be taking a trip home first. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen my old pops.
Home? Oh yeah! Paimon's gotten so used to seeing you here, she almost forgot you're actually from Pyramida.
Why don't you come along? If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to host you at our place. We've set up a food truck here as per Paimon's suggestion, but cooking at home is more convenient all the same.
Oh, so you'll be cooking? Well, you're in luck, cause Paimon never says no to a tasty meal.
One wagon and before long you should reach Pyramida. Hell yeah.
Blackberry crumb cakes? Smoked fish steak? Berries and fried meat? And night watch soup? Oh, there's so much here! Almost too much, even for Paimon.
I made this according to the amount we'd usually cook for our troops at dinner, so yeah, it might be a bit much for 3. No worries though, just take your time. I'll need to go see my old pops in a bit, so feel free to stay until evening.
Didn't realize you were such a talented chef.
Well, I did cook for everyone a lot before taking up my current post. It's just that I haven't had the time recently. The people of Pyramida come from every corner of the world, so there's a wide variety of palates to cater for. In other words, it pays to dabble. But since I'm not yet familiar with your preferences, I just made a bit of everything. If there's anything here you particularly like, don't hesitate to say so.
As long as you're making it, I'm a fan.
There's no need for flattery. If anything, that just makes me want to find the dish you'll like the most even more. People can say what they want, but the look on someone's face when they eat something they enjoy never lies. As far as I'm concerned, nothing makes me happier than seeing people happy. And whether as a lightkeeper or a chef, I'll do whatever it takes to keep them smiling. That might sound trivial to you, but deep down, that's all I've ever really wanted.
Exactly! There's no way the people are...
Hey, don't undersell yourself.
You talk yourself down like that!
There's no way the people around you aren't that grateful for what you do. Heck, they'd probably get mad hearing you talking yourself down like that.
Besides, they'd have to get in line behind the 2 of us.
Thank you. Alright, I'll refrain from saying anything else unrelated to dinner. Please, enjoy your meal.
Yay. Food. Free food at that. Okay, that's nice and all, but you put me really far away from gathering the rewards. This is the wrong one. I'm sorry. Although, I do have stuff to do here as well. Nice. Okay. I really need to finish stream now. Okay, I will probably continue streaming tomorrow to finish off everything, because Monday classes begin for me, so I want to start off
I like to drink on
as
occasion.
up to date as possible.
Any and
so,
every occasion. Good one.
Anyways, thanks Varka. So, I will see you tomorrow, and if you're here. And if not, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Bye bye.